Hey fellow zookeepers, I cannot believe it has been 2 years since I sat down and made a Planet Zoo video. And you might not believe this, but it's been about 2 years since I've played the game. I just went back to work and got out of that routine where I had time to sit here and do it, and kind of lost my creative urge to even be in the game at all. But with Planet Zoo 2 coming out, I have been so hyped to get back into this game and get those creative juices flowing. So I'm very happy to be bringing you back into this with me. I've been building this zoo here that you're looking at for maybe a week, just in my free time, and the entire time I've been building, I've just been itching to get back on here and record a video and share this with the world. So, so hyped to get back in this game, and just, look forward to what's coming next. There's so many things as I'm building this one that it makes it hard to even build in this game because I know what's coming soon, and that's been actually kind of fun to look forward to the future. So just happy to be back in the game. So this zoo that I have here, it's really just been me getting back into things and learning how to play the game, because I mean 2 years is a long time to step out of this. There's definitely a learning curve even when you're coming back into it. So just kind of been playing around with things and going through some theming. There's a few different themes that I have in this zoo that I'll show you here. So let me stop this. Okay, so the first thing here is just this terrible entry gate. Haven't really done much with this. The thing about franchise mode is you start off with such little cash that building an elaborate zoo entrance can steal all of your money, and I think I built like 2 or 3 entrances using all of my whatever $40,000 was, and having no money to build anything else. So this is actually the second zoo that I built on this map. I built one, just a really simple one, to get enough money, deleted everything, and then started from scratch. So this will definitely need some reworking. This whole area up here will probably be an entry with parking and everything, but I have to be honest, I hate doing the parking, so I'll probably get that off the Steam Workshop. This zoo sign is actually from the Steam Workshop too. I'll pull up where I got that from here so I can shout that person out. Here we go. So that was made by That Sleepy Girl on the Steam Workshop. So shout out to you for making that. This is the sign that's outside the St. Louis Zoo, which is my local zoo. And so I try to implement this into my park. I did add these animals in there, but I try to implement this into my parks when I can, because it just reminds me of, being a kid and going to the zoo with your school field trips and everything. So anyway, this zoo starts off here with a big pond. Over here are the mute swans, which have kind of gotten insane. There's way too many mute swans. I've been trying to sell them off as adults, and I think they're all on contraceptives, or they should be, so that they don't keep making babies, so I can get it back under a manageable level. And then there's just there's some wild boars in here, just 4 females, so their population won't explode. And then over here I have beavers. I haven't checked on them in a long time. There were beavers and skunks in here. I need to put skunks back in, but they get stressed out so easily that it's kind of a pain in the butt to have them in there. So yeah, I have 2 beavers in here, and that's actually father and daughter, so that's why she's on contraceptives in there. I'll just replace them later. Over here we have the cat corridor. I just did the small species of cat, so there's 5 cats in here. We have, I don't even know which order they're in. The ocelot here, and then we have the lynx in this one. Over here we have the caracal, and then we have sand cats and the palaces cats here. On the other side of the cat corridor, we have our stone garden, which is basically a garden with all the stone statues in here. And then on either side, we have the Bactrian camels and Przewalski's horses in here. And on this side, we have dromedary camels and Somali wild asses. So kind of camel and horse. Camel and horse. That's kind of the idea there. Just surrounding this rock garden. And then we have Shellborn Hala, which has all of the shelled animals. So all of our tortoises, turtles, and even our snails, because I needed some more exhibit animals here. So we've got the snails here. Actually, there's one more bug in here. Yeah, we have the sacred scarab beetle in here too, just because I needed to fill this area in as much as possible. I did have seating here, like we do on this side, but no one ever came to the talks for the mute swans or the wild boars. I guess they weren't popular enough, so no one ever came to them, and the educators were unhappy. So I just got rid of those and replaced it with exhibits. But basically, I just want to start off here. I was going to start from scratch again, but I put so much effort into this zoo and didn't record any of it, but I don't want to start from scratch again. So we're just going to keep moving on with what I have here. There's a lot of areas here that are not completed that I just want to continue rounding out. So I think for today, we have this spot here, right outside of the cat corridor. I'm going to try to find an animal to fit in here, finish up the landscaping in this area, in this area over here, and then I think that would be a good first video to get back into the swing of things here. So I'm just going to open up the Zoopedia and see what animal we can do. I don't want to do another cat out there, and I don't really want like a big, like exciting animal. I think right now the most, some research got done there. I think the most appealing habitat is the lynx. So they're already pulling a lot of guests in here. It's getting very crowded. And it's kind of like they come in here and they have to come back out this way. I might need reworking on how to keep this less congested. This whole area will probably need to be touched up. But anyway, I don't want to draw a huge crowd out here because of the crowd that's already in there. So probably just like a little smaller animal. Also because of the space. I was thinking about doing the African crested porcupines. This is an animal that we have in a lot of the zoos near me, and they don't need a lot of space. Yeah, just 300 square meters. So I think what we'll do is I'll start putting down the boundaries here, figure out how big of a space this is, and see if that will work. So I'm just going to lay down some knoll barriers for now. We can change this later if we need to. And I'm just gonna change edit the boundaries when I'm done here. That just kind of makes things easier for me to do it this way, rather than trying to make it perfect from the start. Need another one here, and I might even, cut some of this off. That's like kind of a weird shape. And I think one thing that kind of discouraged me from continuing making these videos back in 2024 was just the amount of editing that it takes to make it feel like I'm putting something out there that's quality. But honestly, I don't think that they need to be perfect. I think a lot of the creators that I watch on here, they don't do a lot of editing. It's kind of just watching them play the game, and honestly that makes it more fun for me. It takes a lot of the work out of it that makes it so time consuming. And honestly I'm just here to play and have a good time. Not be these don't have to be cinematic for me to be happy. Okay, so this is pretty good. I'm gonna do a wooden one of these. And that is 640 meters squared, so that's a pretty good size for that porcupine. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these. And we only have males, of course. Let me open the Wikipedia back up. We can just have a bachelor group of like, let's see. Get 3 males in there. 420. Okay. I didn't even know I had this in here. Get some of these wild boars put back in. Over here. This one too. I don't know what's going on here. I need to make sure that I don't have any other things that need to be moved. Okay, yeah, some of those were just from the previous zoo, and I never moved them into the habitats over here. So, while I wait, I want to start figuring out here. So, I want these to be glass, just like I have on the other ones. And it might not work. Yeah, they're a little bit too close, so I figure I can move this. Fix this too. Okay. I thought she just put one in here. Okay, it's still on here. Alright, so now I can change this to glass, hopefully. Now, honestly, I might keep it to there. That works. And I'm just going to copy this. I really like the glass one with the kind of the concrete or stone things like this in there, but there's no one-way glass on those. And I cannot stand when those animals get stressed out. There's like no good way to fix it without having that one-way glass. Okay. I always kind of start off with the terrain painting. There's always way too much long grass. These are like a sand Viking. Oops. These prefer sand, so I'm just going to cover this all up with sand instead of the long grass. And then I'll kind of roughen it up. And put a watering thing in. Honestly, I don't want a lot of water in there, but I need more than that. It's kind of simple. It's not quite enough. That's good. Okay. The grassy area over here. I like to have the grass kind of like along the edges. More sand. Okay. That should be good with that. And then I have been I made these for the first exhibit, and I've just been kind of using these as my hard shelter in a lot of the enclosures. It just makes it a lot easier for me, and it's custom made. So it's not, I like it better than having, you know, pre-built stuff all over the place. It just makes it feel a little bit more like it belongs in the zoo. And when you see it from above, you kind of see them. These are the bigger animals, but you see it popping up all over the place. And I think it just kind of makes it feel more cohesive. And then I try to match, I want to use the like rock boundaries like this. These can get to be a little bit too big, and I don't think they need a super tall barrier. But I try to match the rocks to where they are. So I'll use desert rocks. Actually, I'll use grassland rocks. Okay, and I think I'm just going to use these smaller ones. And then another thing that I've been doing in this zoo is hiding this curb. And I don't know that I love this anymore, but it's kind of too late now. I mean, if we go through the park, I've used it in every single section of the zoo, just all around. So at this point, I feel like I might as well just continue. And I still have to do this side of it too, so I can't forget to do that. It's just such a hassle. I actually started doing the rocks because beforehand I was doing these planks, which I think looks way nicer. But laying these down individually all the way around this entire lake took so much time. I haven't even finished. So I have it all the way done to here, and then I have to do to there. And I know that doesn't seem like much after doing all of that, but I can't do it right now. I have to come back and do that later. So this is definitely far easier to keep doing, to cover everything up. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's a lot more forgiving than the planks. And it just kind of, it makes it feel like the habitat is merged with the rest of the environment, rather than just sitting there separate from everything. Okay. that's done. Now it's time to do the plants, which is, I think, my favorite part of any of it, is getting to do this part. I try to go for the smaller things first. And do the trees last. And basically all I'm going to do is just put as many plants as possible in here until this doesn't let me do anymore. I feel like sometimes that challenge kind of makes it more fun. I cannot wait for Planet Zoo 2 to come out and just have a scenery brush, because that's going to make things so much more simple. Although, I think I might miss hand placing each plant, if I'm being completely honest. This just feels... I don't know, it feels almost like art. Back off. Oh, I kind of went overboard there. Okay, let's see how this is. Alright, so no trees, or one tree in here, because they're not tree-loving animals. And then I'll go to the enrichment. This is one that I haven't researched yet, so I don't have a lot of research in it. I don't have any research done, so I don't know that I have all of the available enrichment items. I just like to hide this. Makes it feel more realistic for me. Oops. Sometimes it doesn't let you that. I also like to change the colors on these. I don't know, I just I like things to look more natural. Need some more toy enrichment in here. I like to use the rubber duck in the pond. Alright, one more. Okay. That should be good. Make sure they have enough hard shelter. I might need one more of these. I've been putting at least one kind of over the water. Should be good. And then add it to my work zones. This one doesn't really fit into any of them, but I'm just gonna add it to the cat corridor since it's right there. I also need to add these things. Okay. That should be good. And then I had all this stuff here. I think I'm going to remove this and put another exhibit here. But first, before I do that, I'm going to finish up the landscaping on this. I think 4. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to use these. Kind of just use this as like a ground ivy. I always forget to do this as well. I don't know if I want the one with the stand. Have it just kind of sticking out here. I guess that doesn't look bad. I'm also going to change the color on this. There we go. I like when they kind of blend in. Alright. And then I need to go back in here real quick and see. We're getting close on these research. Oops. Okay, let's have someone research them. And we're running low on cash. We have a lot of zookeepers. And mechanics. I think I'm going to get rid of some of these. Okay, that should work. Oh, and I need donation boxes. Hopefully this will help us with our money issue here. Okay. Okay, so we've been recording for about 45 minutes. I think I'm going to stop the video for now. There's a couple of things that I want to do. One, like I said, I want to build another exhibit here just to kind of bring people around. It's kind of empty over here. So just kind of bring more guests to come through this way. Hopefully help with these issues over here. They're not all crowded up in one spot. I do think I want to, at some point, figure out the traffic issue here, because I might need to open it up and have them be able to go this way, but I don't know how. I guess this won't interfere. I need to stop the guests from going this way, though. I don't like having staff paths everywhere. I think it looks so much better when the staff paths are the same as everybody else's paths. I just kind of cover them up with this. Typically I do it without the railings. I need to fix that, but I just need to figure out how to get the guests to maybe be able to go this way and block them from coming, over here. But I think that'll be something that I do on the next video. But for now, I'm gonna stop this one here. And again, I'm so glad to be making these videos again. I hope you enjoy them. If there's anything that you'd like to see, any animals that you'd like me to add, just let me know. I kind of briefly went over the animals that we have here, but if you have any suggestions, throw them in the comments below. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks.